Okay, welcome to this day 2 of Be Agile Scrum, and we are choosing to start with Agile Scrum track just before business analysis track. Okay, both are combined track and united in one. And day 1 is covered. We are graduating in day 2, but before that, the importance of stranger secret we have learned. We are talking whether we heard it or not. Let me tell why this is necessary, because this is a part of training itself, what training we are undergoing, and why we are undergoing that training is important, because we are having a goal to get placed. Yes or yes? Are you with me so far? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we are talking about getting placed. Let me ask you before that. I know that I got to know about you, but who has got IT background and who has not? If you can just tell me. So Anila and Varsha, you both
I do
have a.
not
I
have.
Yeah, Anila,
Sorry,
go
please
ahead.
go ahead. Anil.
okay. I have got only a technical support executive, and as I told you, like for a couple of months, I worked as a trainer for Linux kids. Like they had this Red Hat certification, and also I have completed MCA. That's all.
You have also completed C.
MCA, Masters in
MCA.
Computer
Okay,
Application.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Got that. Did you, and when it was done, MCA, when it
It
was
was
done?
in 2010. I
2010.
completed, yeah.
Okay, okay, understood. No worries. And after that, have you ever worked?
Yeah, as a technical support executive in Sutherland Global Technology. And then, basically like in Kerala and all, we need to get married very fast. So I had to resign. It was a night shift actually. So I
Oh,
resigned that, so I resigned that job and then came to my hometown. There actually I worked for a couple of months as a Linux trainer, Linux Red Hat. I'm actually a Red Hat certified
Wow.
person. I mean, when I was doing my master's in computer application, so while I was doing my final semester, during the project submission, I completed, I took that certification. And when I went back to my hometown, okay, I thought, why sitting idly? And I joined into a training institute there. I got a chance to teach these kids, like those who are taking the Red Hat certification. And then I got married and went to Pune.
Oh, you had been to Pune. I'm
Yeah,
staying in
yeah.
Pune.
My husband, he was
okay.
working in large
Even I
cement
have been
tubing.
to Pune.
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice. Okay,
yeah.
okay. So
So
great to know, Anila, that you have this background, and when I know that even if you find something today related to some what do you call some concept of Linux, you could
yeah,
relate to that.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah. So even though there won't be a much role of that, so we don't have to worry. What about you, Varsha?
Gaurav, I do not have any experience of any background of IT. I'm
Okay, so
feeling outlier here
okay, so the good
since
news is
all three
that
of you has all
uh,
three of you have IT background.
yeah, yeah. So the good news is that you don't have to feel like that. Why? Because this is totally independent track where we
Hmm.
are graduating inside and we are learning most of the things about business analysis. So
Hmm.
Prerna is back. Prerna ji is with us. So yes,
Hello, yes,
good
a very
morning.
good
Hi,
evening and good
Prerna.
morning, Gaurav. Yes,
Good
Good
and
morning.
morning. Good
first of
morning.
all,
Good
thank you
morning.
so much for waiting because I had a horrible internet as well as phone situation. So luckily, I'm back. So I could see you guys are having quite interesting chat about your background. So how did it go?
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah. So I just wanted to understand whether they understand some technical concept or not. But good thing is that Varsha doesn't understand that. So why it is good thing? Because
I heard that because that time I had joined Varsha. It is not at all an issue. I'll tell you one simple example of mine. I have done MCA after BCom. Okay, so I was a plain
Cool.
BCom student from Ruparel, and I had my friends who were all BSc Computer Science, BSc IT, BSc whatnot, NIT courses, and they were all pros, and I was like a naive kid, I would call it, because that time. But trust me,
I'm
it
feeling
doesn't
so
matter.
suddenly,
Yeah.
suddenly my confidence level is back.
oh,
Yes.
really?
And I'll tell you one more thing. One of my sorry, Gaurav, one of my senior who is still in contact with me. She is a very nice person, very good soul, and she was a BA graduate. I mean, she
Hmm.
was also from Ruparel, and she was an arts graduate. I have one of my very good friend who is technically so sound that he's working as an architect, I think, with IBM or Microsoft as of now, or some no, I think it's Amazon, and he was an arts graduate. So let me give you the background. Having a background is not a bad thing. It's a decent, good thing to start with. But don't worry, people who do not have technical or IT background also do well. And especially with this track, we are looking at people who are very good, or rather who are comfortable with dealing with people and who can grasp things easily. So no worries, no, absolutely no tension about do you have IT background or not. We are here to ensure, Gaurav and me, we will ensure that you understand and you're good to go with whatever you need to learn and actually work with. Right, Gaurav. Now, please, I think
Yeah,
I.
so that was a very good part what Prerna has added over here, which boosted your confidence. The good thing is from my
Yes.
end too, that I have known few people who are not fairly well graduated as well. So they have not a formal graduation degree. That's number one, and they are sitting at the mid-level executive position and managerial position inside IT. That's number one. Number two, I have known many people who are Bachelor of Arts. They have just completed their BA and they got into IT. They started their journey from QA, and then again today in the managerial position, they are sitting inside UK, London, and really making some handsome money over there in some good IT reputed company as well. So it has nothing to do with your education. And today, the another good part is that the well doing companies, they are knowing and they are understanding that it has nothing to do with your degree. It has only to do with what you
How
contribute.
fast you grasp. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's contribution, it's about intent. You remember we have been talking about the
Yes, on
intent.
the first
So
session.
it's all about adding value. The level of this intent, if you grasp, you hold inside, trust me, companies read that, and when they read that, they start trusting you, and when they start trusting you, they make you more responsible. The more responsible they will make you, and you will feel that you will start doing wonders and you will start growing in the same company. But again, you have to grow in all direction. So that time you choose to you even hop in. So at least we have to get started. So the secret
Right.
behind get going is to get started, and that's the reason before getting placed we are getting started with the training. And since we have come up over here, let me remind you about this particular 6 elements, which we call it as a code of honor. Why? Because we have to get placed, and this is going to protect us. So the very important thing is that show up on time, be punctual, and highly committed, because how you do anything is how you do everything. The second code of honor is be a full stack trainer. You have to do all assignments, so no excuses. So that level of commitment we would need from you. Self research you need to do, not only whatever you have learned over here. So we encourage you to go back and try to understand its background, its foreground, its neighboring element of the concept what you have learned. So and also repeat what you have learned. And if you could do then and there, that's fantastic. Otherwise, when you are fresh, when you feel this is fresh in the very next morning, that is really amazing and awesome. And start taking full responsibility of success and failure. Success is sweet fruit, but failure is the bitter one. But when you start taking or embracing both the things for you, understanding that failure is had been a part of success, then you are ready to take the responsibility as a whole. Then that time it is making you and preparing you for a better project which is going to come to you. So that's why I call it that start taking full responsibility. And on this note, I want each learner to have this mindset, 4 mindset. That is having a learning mindset, be a lifelong learner. Even though you are deployed or deputed on a project, keep your learning antenna always on, so that you can grasp many elements which can only be experienced while being on the floor in the project room, or in the project, in fact, in companies. Then have the positive mindset. People, uh, every single thing or every thing which sound that it is really not matching your vibe and you are not loving that, trust me, that has come to you to make you tougher, make you stronger. And if you have this positive mindset that there is no tough situation, but people are tough, or I can be tough, problem cannot be tough, I can be tougher. So when you have this mindset, you will start learning a lot. And then on this path, start your mind become complaint free and start loading it with gratitude. And that's the only key which will help you to get going. And the fifth one is that increase your receptivity. The moment you are starting your day, start your day with a stranger secret, the audio of daily listening I have given to you. And why? Because it helps you with your goal, because when you have goal, then only you can kickstart. Because the goal is your why. The stronger your why become, the easier your how becomes. So when every single day by listening to it, you are fueling up your goal and you are giving the clarity on your next action step by listening to it. It is recommended that you listen to this audio 3 times in a day, but even if you can manage to listen once, that is really fair. Okay. And remember this golden quadrant of learning, where the moment you are starting your learning, start with the declaration and then start learning, and then draw and summarize. So what do we mean by summarize? Summarize means what you are going to do, you are going to teach the same drawing what you have created, so that any even 5-year older can understand. When you can simplify your learning in that simple manner, trust me, you are going to become effective, because you are walking the path of being business analyst, and there it has it holds the power to relate it to the position of business analyst. So on this note, what I want you to do is that bring your both the hands together in parallel in front facing each other, and at the count of 3 you are going to clap, along with stating that I am a fast learner. And then 2 more sentences you need to repeat after me. So at the count of 3, what you are going to do, you are going to clap stating that I am fast learner, and after that I'll state 2 more sentences that you have to repeat after me. So are you ready for this?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So 1, 2, 3 and clap. I am a fast learner.
I am
I'm
a fast learner.
I can learn out anything there what others can learn.
I can learn out anything there what
others can
others
learn.
can learn.
And that's the reason I can learn that.
And that's
Okay. Okay, cool. So this is what we call it as a, declaration, and power of declaration. What generally I believe and I tell to my people who are in my connections, the moment you declare, you design the destination. Yeah, so declaration leads to designing the destination. It's a D3 formula. So declare, then learn. So we are getting ahead towards learning. Then after you are done, go back home and start drawing what you have learned, and then summarize. At least summarize that in a mirror. Or today nowadays I encourage my students that summarize today in the form of video and send back to us that what you have learned. So that could be the part of unsaid assignment every single day. If you could do that, nothing like that, because that is only going to build your confidence. The sixth one is the having a giver mindset, and on the path of learning you need to give away your ego so that it will make you more spiritually grounded and you feel like growing every single day. And when you need to have the intent of charity, that at least when you are getting plus, what you are going to do is that you can decide a number. It could be 5% or 10% monetary benefit what you are getting as a part of income. You can give back to the society in the causes wherever you believe in. It could be a temple, it could be some NGO, it could be any charity. The intent has to be to give back to the society, and start appreciating whatever you have, whatever you do, and what others do for you, and even something that doesn't happen to you in your life, because every single moment is preparing for you next moment, for your next dream to be completed. And why we need to do that? Because what you appreciate appreciates you. So these are the sixth awesome element, awesome code of honor. And on this note, we are here to know that what exactly we have covered so far. So I hope you remember that we started yesterday knowing about agile and business analysis. We have told you that business analyst is the backbone. Business analysis is the backbone. However, agile is the ground given to you, where we have understood the importance of agile and business analysis. And assignment was given to you, the daily listening. So we have just now collected that. I think Anila has done daily listening part on day one. So remember, I want to give you a challenge. Tell me tomorrow when you are going to listen, why exactly Earl tell you in the audio that why you need to listen to this audio every single day. Okay, so are you going to do this assignment? Listen to it, grab this note for me, and tell me back tomorrow that why you need to listen to that audio every single day. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And trust me, every single day you are going to find a new one, because I have been finding every single day a new reason that why I need to listen to it every single day. Okay, so
Yeah.
cool. So that's another assignment to you. So tell me someone please, the what two assignments I have given you so far.
The first assignment is hello.
Yeah, Varsha, go
Am I
ahead. Yes,
First
Varsha.
assignment is watch the daily video and find it out why Oral says that you need to listen this audio. That's
Mm-hmm.
the one. And
Mm-hmm.
second one is once you go through this, I mean, once you attend this session, just summarize it and make a video and share it.
Yes, fantastic, good. So thank you so much for being the first one, grabbing the opportunity and sharing back with us. So can be a round of applause for Varsha for grabbing the opportunity, because how you do anything is for how you do everything. That's how you will be given some project, some opportunity on the floor while you will be doing some project. So that time, if you can be the grabber, this habit will make you to get going on the project to make it win. So thank you so much, Varsha. We appreciate that. And it doesn't mean that when you are not choosing or you are thinking that it is not appreciable. This is also appreciable, because that time we understand that you are still analyzing something and you have something in the store. So yeah, but keep grabbing the opportunity when it is given to you. So that's a number two. And we have now what we are going to learn today is, so our core area will be learning about agility and flexibility today. Agile Manifesto we will be learning, and Agile principles, framework, and Agile best practices. Let's see what we are going to cover today. So, Prerna ji, I want you to get started with this one, agility and flexibility. If you can take some moment and give us clarity on agility and flexibility, and also I want to add later on in this you know yeah, summary, or the clarification between agility and flexibility. Over to you, Prerna.
Yes, yes. First of all, thank you so much for this great start. We all could, at least I could feel that they're all pumped up and, comfortable. They know what we're going to learn. So thank you so much for that. Now, coming back to our topic, see the word in English, they sound similar, agility and flexibility, as in at times, even some people even use them interchangeably, but then that is not the complete understanding of it. Basically, they are interconnected. They can be referred on a similar fashion, but then they are not same. And by the way, this is one of the typical interview questions. That is why we are we have kept this in our PPD, in our presentation, that what do you mean by agility and what do you mean by flexibility. So basically, flexibility means that you have a schedule, you have a plan for any unforeseen development. Like for example, if like if per se of USA, if there is any particular weather situation and all, so we plan accordingly. So these are basically things which are for unexpected surprises, like weather changes or any sudden changes, which you can't control of, and you act as per the situation. If you ask me, you act as per the situation. Now you have a situation and you have to more than act, you react. You know, it's kind of like that. So that is why the and then you prepare a plan, and you can get going as required. Wherever flexible agility means that the situation is still kind of unexpected, or there is some change of course in your routine business, routine life, but then your reaction or your plan is very effective, that it should give you the best output in the least or in the cost effective manner. Like for example, I'll give you a professional example. For flexibility, I give you a weather kind of a situation wherein if there is some heavy rains or there is some other situation, then you know that okay, you have to store your food items, you don't have to travel, you have to change your plans like that. Agility means, for example, if tomorrow there is a new client coming in and they want to work on a project, it's a very big project, good profits for the company, and then you don't have the particular set of resources, but the client wants to get going. Then in that situation, how you manage with your existing resources means team members, people, okay, for you.
Yeah.
So how do you complete that project? How do you deliver to that client with the existing resources? You can at least train them, you can take help of some senior resources, you can take some help of other team resources who are juniors or who are less skilled, but you can bifurcate things like that. Like for example, as a kid, when you used to you help your mother, our mothers, so what she used to tell you, she used to never tell us to cook, she used to tell us clean this, or at least cut this if we were good with knife, or just to arrange this. So like that, how you are managing that situation, how you are delivering in the best possible way with the minimum cost to that particular client. So in that situation, the agility comes in. It was still an unexpected thing that you were not ready. Normally what happens in a big organization, they have a resource pool. Just like any swimming pool, the word sounds resource pool, wherein you have a lot of resources lying there. You keep them as a stock for telling the big customers, that we have the resources, we can work on your projects. But in case if you don't have the sufficient one, still how you deliver it and how you come out of it, giving your best and getting your best. So the client is happy, you're delivering, and everything goes smoothly, or everything goes pretty well, though it was an unplanned or unforeseen situation. So did you get the difference in both of them? The flexibility is kind of just reacting to the situation just to manage it, whereas whereas agility means giving your best shot. Also, in business, as I give you an example of customer demands, or a very big project coming in, there can be some other different demands stating that they want a particular skill set, like they don't want to work on Java, they want to work on .NET. These are some just technical what I would say languages. But then how do you tackle that? By saying not only tackle, how do you deliver what the customer wants? That is agility. Whereas flexibility means that that okay, we can do this much, we can't deliver that much. It's like you're flexible, you are
Respond.
adaptive. Yeah, you're adaptive, but then you're not adapted to a level that is required for the best possible outcome. The outcome can be in the form of profits, it can be in the form of getting a customer, it can be in the form of anything. So these are the basic big differences. And also flexibility is generally adaptive, or is generally useful when you know how the situation can lead, or situation can go ahead. Like in case of some heavy rains or thing like that, that it thanks to the weather department, that it would last maybe 4 days a week, and the things might settle after that. But in case of agility, things are little unproductive, they are not so sure and at upfront. You'll take some time to understand, so you might have to come with some strategic plans, or you have to make some schedule, how to tackle it, how to overcome it, how to work on it. So this is the main example. You if now also you can still say that they are similar. So yes, they are similar, but the outcome they provide, or the outcome they achieve, is a lot different. And in business, it's not only great to be only flexible. That means you are just comfortable as per whatever comes in, you're ready to work on that. But along with work on that, as business is mainly for profit making, getting clients, how you achieve that? So yes, we achieve that with the help of agility. So you have any doubts, or Gaurav wants to add anything, most welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prerna ji, for clarifying this. So let me give you rather give you one small understanding over here. Understand agility is ability to respond to the changes. What are the changes? So changes are just flexibility, like us. Something is bound to happen the moment you are getting into a project. So every single day you are getting into a project, okay, and every single time means flexibility, I mean change is coming to you. But the more you are agile, the more effective you are to respond to those changes, and that's why the agility comes into the picture. And if you are not agile enough, then you will consume a lot of time, okay, to respond to the changes. And at the end, there are chances you may lose some good engagements. When I say engagement, means engagement with client, engagement with project. Now, while we are talking about this, let me give you some example of in a real time manner. But before we get into that, let me ask you this thing: how many of us have ever cooked a food in our home? Any of us? Sometime? Yes, I believe the answer would be yes. How many of
Yes.
us have
All the
cooked
time.
food
Yes.
all the
Yes.
time? Okay, so this is the wonderful example we can take. So what exactly happens? Imagine someone is about to visit you today. or tonight, and the guest is coming. The guest is really a reputed and respected personality of the city. He is visiting you, and it has his visit and his stay at your home has something to do a wonderful impact on your what do you say, on your husband's work or your own work. And I mean to say that, say for example, your husband's boss is visiting you. Okay, so your husband's or your spouse or your wife has invited the boss at home for a wonderful dinner. So what exactly is going to happen? The family on a prior day has gone to bring some vegetables for the preparation, or some food items to grocery event to start preparing. So what exactly is going to happen? You discuss in the family, that if someone is visiting us, what exactly we need. So what you are doing over there, you are collecting the requirement. Okay, because someone is going to visit you. So while this is happening, what else is going to happen? Okay, while this is happening, what else is going to happen? While you have collected the requirement, so you will discuss, hey, do you have any idea what your boss like generally? So what he loves to eat. Yeah. So what you are doing while you are understanding it, and you are analyzing as well. But do you know, sometime, and it is wise to do, while you are just discussing what exactly should have happened, you should have noted it down. Okay, so let me go back over here. You should have noted it down, and when you take a note of it, it is called as documentation. So requirement gathering, okay, documentation, and doing analysis is the used to be best practice. So sometime you will find it. So give me a second. Yeah. So what I am going to do is, here I'm going to design something, requirement and also analysis. So analysis go first before documentation, but it doesn't matter, because sometime what do you find, that people love to have this analysis along with requirement as well. So that is why it is called requirement analysis. So let me try to take it somewhere. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. What I'll do, I'll clear it out. So requirement analysis, and then documentation. So because you are analyzing, and that's better to document it right later, not before that. So generally requirement analysis, sometime you will find that it is written together. So when we are talking about requirement analysis and documentation, and you are finding it easy, that exactly we do. So we make some list, right, that what we have to bring, what we don't have to. Yeah, we don't go ahead to the store and start dumping the cart that, okay, we want this, that, and those. So yeah, sometimes we do that, but actually is not required. The things you are just taking notes. Sometime when you're discussing, you don't even tend to write something and add something in the list. Yes, even though you are getting some data, some information, sometime you don't tend to write that, because you understand that you don't have to write it. Okay, so requirement is being done, requirement gathering has happened, analysis happening, and you are documenting that as well. So while this all is happening, now let me give you some wonderful example, which is going to help you to understand that in real time what may happen. So when you have documented the things, when you have understood the requirement, when you have analysis, in some time what exactly happened, when you are knowing that what exactly you are going to prepare, you also document. If you don't have any idea, the guest loves some special dish most, you also document that how to make that. recipe. Okay, sometimes you may document the recipe as well. Okay, so when you have designed that, then you get into the ground. Okay, when you are getting into the ground, so what exactly that time you are doing? You are doing two things. You are designing that. Okay, you are mixing something into that, which we call it sometime as a part of, you know, you are trying to, when you are designing, you are decoding and coding that how wonderfully it is appearing, right? You are trying to code it, and you try to decode it, that whether it is appearing well or not. Okay, so to verify that, what exactly you do sometime, so sometime you decide that it's better to call your kid or call someone at home, asking them whether whether they can test it well, and they can tell us in time that if any changes is required in the dish you are preparing. Right, you're with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is what you do. So now people who will listen that how we are simplifying the things, they may laugh at it, but trust me, the more you try to simplify the things, that goes easy for you. Okay, so when you have taken the requirement, you have analyzed that, you have documented that, you have started designing and coding or decoding. So let me write it in this way. SS design and code, better than decode. Design and code, not decode, but design and code. Decode, just to tell you that what we do. Okay, while testing is being done, so you understand it has, when it has passed the testing, you are ready to deliver. Okay, so in testing you also find that if you can integrate some more things with that, you can garnish it well or something like that. Yeah, and then when you have garnished it well, what you can do further, so you can deliver it. Okay, so it is you can say delivery or deployment. So delivery and deployment, so you are deploying it to somewhere, you're putting it to the dining table. Okay, right, that guest will come, he will have a look at it, the color is wonderful, everything is given. So now the thing is that delivery is done, so testing is done, and after testing it is delivered. And what else is going to happen, because it is being delivered? Okay, in between you keep on asking, hey, how is the salt, how is everything, is it fine? You keep on checking with your customer is now no one, but he is what, he is your guest. So
Yes.
while you are asking him what exactly you are giving them, you are giving them nothing but the support, right?
Yeah.
So asking and checking with them the support, so we call it as support. Sometime you ask him, do if it is really spicy, you offer them a glass of water. So you try to maintain the taste of food with the client. So what exactly we do, we follow something which is called a process. Okay, are you with me so far? By the way, what we have
Yes.
done while delivering a good food, Varsha, you and
Yes.
Anila, yeah, both.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is used to call in IT industry as a waterfall model. Okay,
Step by step. Mhm.
so what exactly used to happen, the moment you were gathering the requirement and you were analyzing, so at the same time what someone used to tell you, like say for example your spouse's boss is coming, and you were discussing, okay, should we start going to grocery store directly, or should we start ordering pizza? So you have written, okay, let's make pizza at home. So you start analyzing that what kind of pizza you are going to make. So say, for example, you say that, okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to create some good non-vegetarian pizza. Okay, you have decided, okay, and all of a sudden you receive or the spouse receive one SMS, hey, I'm coming your home, but in case you said that I have to come at the dinner, but I thought I'll inform you that on this day I don't eat non-veg. Okay, so what exactly you found? You found that, oh, so this requires some change. Okay, non-veg
Yes.
has to become veg. So at this level you want to do change. But if this thing has been done completely, and after that you are told that okay, so a non-veg pizza won't work, then every single thing will be spoiled. Okay, the invitation will go in vain. Yes or yes? Are you
Yes.
understanding that the criticality of this? So
Yes.
earlier this used to happen. So at any point of time, the changes were introduced and you were not able, the industry was not able to handle that, because by the time it used to delivered, the things used to totally change. Okay, and that's
Yes.
when agile was introduced, so that you can handle any change at any given point of time. How uh, the testing was introduced in between. Okay, even requirement was being told, so that time he used to check with the customer, we are thinking to make pizza. Okay, so veg or non-veg. So we don't have to assume anything. So every single time you have set of some question, which will help you to bring some answer. And you know what, there were different type of tests performed on every single stage, and give you ability to respond to those changes. So this we are going to learn in detail in soon, on in coming days. But for now, understand what the drawing in front of you is nothing, is called as what? Waterfall
Waterfall.
model. Yes, so there is a name to it. Whatever you do, whatever we have discussed, so IT has done what? IT has given a name to it. Are you with me so far, Varsha? And Anila as well.
Yes.
I know Anila could
Yes.
understand because she has that background. But yeah, even for Varsha, the question is for you. So are you with
Mhm.
us so far? You understand
Yes,
what exactly we did, right?
I did.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So in IT, what exactly happened? So yeah, so let me reshare the screen. Yeah, so I think you can see no, no, where the whiteboard has gone. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so it is back. So requirement, we collect requirement, we analyze that requirement, we document that, we design that, we code that, we test it, we deliver it or deploy it, and support and maintain. So this is what exactly happens in IT industry in waterfall model. Okay, so this is also called, sometime when you understand that this phases has to be there in every single delivery, only the approach will change. That time it is also called as what? Software development life cycle. Okay, these are the phases every single delivery of a project has to undergo. Okay,
Mhm.
but
Yes.
how you are putting it, that will decide the approach, uh, that whether you are following only the waterfall, that after this,
Agile.
only after this has to happen, and after this, only after this has to happen. that
Mhm.
that time it used to call as waterfall approach, waterfall model. And we are heading towards agile approach and scrum approach. Okay,
Yes.
so we will be getting into that, while we have just now understood the agility and flexibility and differences between it. Okay, so the moment we are talking about agility and changes, and tomorrow you are deciding to get to become a business analyst. Okay, there is a good news for you. What is that good news? Ask me, what is that good news?
What is that good news?
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you have asked me. And that's the reason I'm going to tell you. The good news is that it involves changes. And for business analysts, the moment the word, the change comes, it has the currency behind it. It has the cash behind it. Because the more changes you will adapt, the more changes you will invite, there is a potentiality that you are going to make more money, not as an individual, but as an enterprise or as an organization as well. Because here, the more changes you find, the more changes you see, what is going to happen exactly, that you are going to give your input, and that is going to be valuable as a business analyst every single time. Okay, so because changes are coming, business analyst has got the job. Okay, because he knows that he has to deal with the changes, he has to embrace the changes, and the more changes are coming, he are given the work. So in fact, changes are nothing but these are the work for you. Imagine the moment you are getting placed in IT industry and you have been given some project and the changes are not coming, your job is over. So what happens in some time in an industry, people are given the bench time, or they are asked to sit on the bench because for some time they are not billable. Means project is not billing them because their requirement is not there at all. Do you want this happen to you? No. The answer should be no. Yeah. So, and that's the reason, the more changes are there, you should be excited. But people who are afraid of change, the moment they hear that, they get scared, but they don't understand the need of it. Okay, they don't understand that by addressing the changes, they are being supported. In fact, they are being supported financially, also career wise, and also this support is bringing the support for the family. So it has that level of power, and we simply ignore this power. We simply ignore the facility which is given to us by embracing the change. So this is only the example we are giving to you in the software industry and also in the project. While we are talking about that, we have discussed a lot what exactly uh, we have to understand today, that the end goal remains the same between agility and flexibility. Only the thing is that how we adapt to the change. So when we have to make it more crisp, understand agility is the time boxed. Okay, agility is a fast moving delivery approach, and agility requires a quick reaction from you. It doesn't require a delayed response. So delayed response is every time there for flexible people. Okay, and they believe the flexibility has to do with steady move, and there is no time bound. The moment we are talking about time bound, means time is given to you and you have to deliver in the decided timeline. Understand this, and that's why the time boxing is a powerful integral tool of agility. Okay, and we will be learning the importance of time boxing, how we are using the time box approach inside agile and scrum on coming days. So while we have discussed so far, I would like to ask Prerna ji if you want to add something.
Gaurav, I feel it was a very elaborative and exhaustive explanation, and I want both Varsha and Anila to digest it, to understand it. So I think this is enough. I don't want to add anything as of now.
Okay, cool.
Going ahead, if I feel like mentioning, I will. But I would like to ask them if they have any confusions, doubts, or if they have any thoughts over whatever we have
Yeah, so
explained till
any
now.
question, in fact, any question. So yeah, that also I want to encourage Varsha or Anila. You have any questions so far?
No, you made it really
No.
clear, Gaurav.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
especially
Yeah.
the non-type of non-IT example you gave. and it was pretty clear.
Okay. Thank you so much for confirming that it was really clear with non-IT example and making IT in front of you. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
so now we have understood that Bain in 1990s Agile Manifesto with the help of 17 developers when they discussed the power of Agile and being Agile, and they created a manifesto. You understand what
Gaurav, if you don't mind, can I start with this? You can add on
yeah
because you
yeah
have been talking for a very
yeah
long
yeah
time.
that
So I just want to
that's
give you a break.
yes, thank you so much for this, and
No,
yeah,
no, no
please go
worries.
ahead.
Just sip some water.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Varsha and Anila, like any other methodologies or any theories, they have some background principles, like, how we have some ethics or values as a person. Agile, as a concept or as a methodology, has this manifestos. So this is also a typical interview question where, in the initial and for the beginners, they can rather ask this question, and these are very simple one-liners, which you once understand. They are very, what I would say, easy to communicate. They are very easy to explain, and even I feel if you could read them as a plain English sentence, you might get some idea behind it. So I'll just read them out. They are basically individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Okay. So, any of both of you, have you ever visited a State Bank of India bank and branch in real life? Have you ever done that in your life earlier?
So many
Uh,
times they are so
Yes.
non-cooperative.
Yeah.
I would say they follow the processes, which are so annoying and so irritating
Yeah,
at times.
too
But they
much.
follow too many processes, as in, if they have to give you a form, they'll tell you how to go to the counter number 6 to get the form, which the same form might be lying there, but the only thing
Yeah.
is you have to get that form from that cashier or from that person or whatever. So you understand or you realize the gap when you follow too many processes and when you are really in a hurry, or when you simply want to get that job done. आपको बस वो काम करना है. So you want to finish that thing, but then no, you have the processes, you have the tools, you have the methods, and you're just honestly so frustrated because you do not have that much bandwidth or time with you. So to curb that short and to get, see, the bottom line of following agile is, or rather was, that you have to achieve your desired result in the best possible way with the help of best possible methods. Okay, but that they should be very effective. So when I say individuals and interactions over processes and tools means, if tomorrow we are working in a team, our interactions, our opinions would be a lot more valuable and considered than what is written on a piece of paper, or what has to be followed as a process. You get my point? So because what happens, in agile, the team is very closely knit. It's a very small, very highly motivated, highly energized, highly skilled set of people. And yes, they would be, or rather many a times they are the best in their industry and in their skill set. So in such a scenario, you don't go after looking for, oh, what is the process, what is the method. I'm not saying you break the rule, but then you give importance to the opinion and to the actual activities performed by those individuals than by the actual what was stated in the process, kind of. So you get that this is very specific to agile.
Mhm.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so it's actually just like when your mother teaches you something. Obviously, we tend to go back to a lot of cooking examples already, or food examples, or especially when your father teaches you something in studies. You blindly trust them because you know it's coming from a trusted or very experienced resource. So there might be some steps different than the steps given in your maths book, but then you know it is right because your father is teaching you or your mother is teaching you, right?
Yeah.
So it's on similar grounds, you know it is right because the agile team is very specific and they are highly trained and they are sorry sorry they are there to achieve that. So that is why we give more importance to individuals and interactions than typical processes. And also many a times following the rigid and these processes end up in a lot of time wastage. That is why I started with the word SBI, because we all know how much time we actually end up wasting. I will not even say spending, wasting. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
also, can you, any of you, I know it is little technical, but what do you, what feel you get when I say working software over comprehensive documentation? Can you just give me a guess? Any, I want to know how you're thinking, please.
Working software means, okay.
Active
Means, for example, software over comprehensive document. Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
feel that, what does this mean?
compared to a comprehensive documentation, the software is very, I would say, not fast, but it's more
You're
effective.
right. You're getting there. You're getting there. Okay. And you want to add anything
Mm.
else?
Uh, I'm still thinking.
No, no, no.
Anila,
You
if you
are on
want
the,
to.
or you are definitely on the right track. So basically, this means instead of writing those lengthy books and lengthy
Right.
documents,
Mhm.
you have to focus on delivering the actual software to the customer. This doesn't mean you run away from documentation. No, you have the typical set of documents which are required for the business, for the vendors, for the customers, that there is a part of any project. But you don't stop your development or you don't stop your coding because you say, no, 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 no. पहले no documentation करना है, फिर बाद में coding करेंगे. No, because
Mhm.
that is not your ultimate goal, right? First of
Mhm.
all, in Agile, your requirements, your expectations are very clear. So everybody knows what they are working on, what they need to achieve. And hence, a very minimalistic or very effective documentation takes place instead of very exhaustive one. And
Mhm.
then that is why the focus is on
Getting more.
giving or delivering the uh, working software instead of the
Mhm.
documentation. So you get it.
Yes.
So what will get more weightage? Oh, I need to deliver. I need to work on this. So this task will definitely take a edge over the typical documentation. But again, I will emphasize that doesn't mean there is no documentation. No, documentation is definitely there. But if you have to compare between two tasks, then you really work more towards completing your working
Implementation.
software than
Mhm.
doing just endless or a lot of documentation. So remember, people might ask you, they might cross question you just to test you or check you that, oh, there is no documentation in Agile. No, there is enough and a very effective
Required
documentation in
documentation.
Agile. But then that doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice it at the cost of development or delivery. So am I clear on this? I know I'm giving a lot of emphasis on this, but because these are like four pillars of Agile, and they have to be kind of engraved or
Understood. Yeah.
embedded in your brain that रात को 2 बजे पे उठा के पूछा तो you should know, and because you
Anand.
have to understand them. It's not that you have to
Right.
remember them or memorize. You have to understand. Once you understand, oh, this is Agile. So and you will know that this is Agile. I have to deliver instead of document. I have to ensure people are more effective than the processes. So it comes very natural. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I go to the next one?
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
Yes.
So again, as we saw in the first point, individuals or interactions over processes and teams. On the similar fashion, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. For example, what happens, like how we have the rent agreement in case of whenever we stay on the rent or when we give our one of the properties on the rent, we have those agreements, and there are some certain rules that you can't, you can't reconstruct the house, you can't do this, you can't have pets at times, and stuff like that. But then similarly, for any projects also, we do have a lot of contract negotiations, and we have proper agreements, for any project. But what happens in case of Agile, your customer is almost not daily, but at times daily too, but in a regular interval, your customer is interacting with you. You have your maybe stand-up calls or your calls with the customers, you're delivering to them, you're presenting to them. So you are in touch with them. So if they, for example, if we would go by your Gaurav's example, if your husband's boss is visiting home, and earlier he said, that he really liked paneer tikka, but then he said, oh, I like paneer chili too. I'll prefer paneer chili. It's okay. I just love paneer, and I've just got paneer today. That's why the paneer thing came up. So you don't go back to him stating, sir, आपने पहले पनीर टिक्का बोला था, अभी मैं पनीर चिली क्यों बनाऊं? Because he's saying so, because you're talking to him, and he might have, his requirement might have changed. Exactly, and it happens. So on similar fashion, in IT, what happens? I'll give you a very simple example. At times, if just imagine there is a website of travel tourism, who book, like in India, you have Kesari or some other. The Kesari is a lot Maharashtrianly focused. Now it is Veena World. They go for tours across the world, and they are very famous. All that. Raja Rani tours are also there, if I'm not wrong. So what happens? They have their website, imagine, and then earlier they had like, per se, a gray color on the website. Now they want to have blue color. This just it's a very, very simple slash stupid example I'm giving, but just to understand or convey the message. Then you don't come back to go back to them stating, oh no, apne agreement mein you have mentioned gray. Why you're saying blue? They want to have a blue color because they might have a new logo to go with it. They might have some new forms or new pictures they are matching that, or they want to make their website more catchy. So in Agile, we really focus, or we give a lot of value to what the customer's requirements are, what are they latest, they are communicating. It's not that you have to stick to them what they said maybe 6 months or 1 year back, because you also know, as a person, as an organization, even as a team, their requirements might be changing, they might be evolving, right? So you have to give importance to them, and then you have to consider that, instead of telling them, no, it's like SBI people, no, you mentioned that, now I'll do that. But they don't want that. They don't want gray, they want blue, or they want some other features. So like that. So that is why customer collaboration, so understanding customer, delivering customer, working with customer is a lot more important than what is plainly. Yes, Gaurav, you want to add something?
Oh, well, yeah, I wanted to add. I just wanted to add something as a disclaimer for those people who are listening this into the recording. So we understand that this is on public platform. You are listening this recording as when we were having this class. Understand that it has nothing to do with what we are actually teaching. The motto and intent, you need to understand that we have to simplify the complex thing. Why we need to do that? That while complex may sound interesting, but if it is not serving to common man, common people, then it does not serve the purpose. And that's the reason you find every time when we are even talking the highly technical stuff, we sometimes want to humanize it, sometimes we want to simplify it. And that's why the example from food or from kitchen, you find it all over on the boardroom. Okay, so the moment you are listening to it, so be very much affirmed that this is, you are also going to digest it. That's the reason. So that's the kind of a disclaimer I wanted to make. So back to you, Prerna. So yeah. I think it was necessary to embed over here. It was necessary to talk about it because we understand this is going to get aired soon in some hours. So on through our YouTube channel. So yeah, Prerna. Am I audible?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Gaurav. Yes. वो कहते हैं ना, you have to have a disclaimer that this is only for entertainment purpose only. Like that, this is only for explanation purpose only.
That's true.
You do not, that this does not mean that in real life things will happen like that.
Yeah.
The reality is a lot interesting than the fiction. It's a lot stranger than the fiction. There can be many different things happening, but then just to clear your ideas or these concepts, and you know, food or fun always registers in your brain quite well than the typical boring examples. And then we being foodies, we always prefer food example because you will know, oh, paneer. So okay, yeah. We have to focus on customer collaborations. You know that whatever they said, the latest that we'll have to follow because that is what their demand is or their requirement is, like that. Okay, so last but not the least, it's also very much connected to the earlier point, which is responding to change over following a plan. So like I think I've given enough explanation of how we follow the customer collaboration over a contract negotiation. Similar way, we always work, or we always respond or deliver as per what is the current plan, or sorry, current change, what is the current ask as in requirement to the typical plan. So see, for development, for delivering a particular project or completing a particular project. By the way, delivery means completion and giving it to the client. Okay, if you have any, if any of you feel there are some jargons which you feel you don't understand, please ask, because we tend to use the word delivery quite often because that is ultimately our goal. When doctors or gynecs and us, we keep talking about the deliveries all the time, no? So yes, so yes, responding to change, because if the customer has a particular requirement, you'll have to work as per that, and it doesn't matter if the earlier plan, the old plan, had something else mentioned, because as I mentioned earlier, over a period of time your customers requirements, need, ask can change, they can evolve as per the market condition, as per their user base, as per their strategic plans, their expansion or whatever further plans, they do change, you know, because we work in a very highly dynamic industry where everything is changing, evolving. So nothing is static, you know. Even your own choice, your own preferences have changed over a period of time. The kind of stuff you used to read, the kind of clothes you used to wear, the kind of books you used to read, everything changes because you evolve. On similar fashion, a customer might change their preferences as per their customers' preferences, as per their profit margins. So we have to always respond to whatever the change is. The change can come from customer, the change can come from industry, the change can come from technology. For example, earlier we decided to work on a particular technology, but now within a span of next, say, last 6 months or some particular months, a new technology which is very effective that has come up, and that can do that work instead of maybe say 2 months, it can be finished in 1 month or 1.5 months, and it's very effective, it's very good. Yes, bang on. We go for that. Like earlier, you know, we used to do all the grinding and all that, making a dough and all with your hands. But now you got food processor, now you got mixers. Yes, you shifted to that because it is very effective. It is time consuming, it is effort saving. So you go. So on similar fashion, when there is something new, something change, some good change is coming, you respond to that. That can come from your industry, can come from your vendor, can come from your customer, can come from your higher management as well. So yes, Gaurav, I am done. If you love to add something, please go ahead.
I
or we
quickly
can
go
ask
ahead
anything.
and brief it from bottom up. So yeah, so it will be bottoms up approach. So what I'm going to tell you that importance of these four values is there. So you need to understand these four things. So how we can understand with the same example. So responding to change over following a plan. Say, for example, we had a plan that we use electricity to cook anything. We have induction. Okay. Electricity has gone. Now we have to shift back towards the gas. Okay. Gas stove or something. That time we don't have to be rigid that, so we had a plan with induction and we will delay it, right? So no, you have to respond to the change because the situation has come up where you need to be responsive. So that time, what you are doing, you are just adapting, right? You are finding a way out, right? You are with me so far? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So now understand this, the second last one, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So you have persuaded to the boss that, okay, you have to visit us on weekend, and then boss phones you on the weekend itself and tell, hey, the good news is that along with me, my boss is also coming. And not only that, so he is bringing his wife as well, or he is coming with his wife. So what exactly, either you may find yourself stuck, oh, we are not well prepared for that. So, but you're finding that good collaboration may appear and will give you a good breakthrough. Are you going to say no, because we have just agreed upon, this thing, only you are going to come, so it is not going to work? Are you going to tell him, hey, go back, Simon, something like that? No, you're not going to say that. Okay, you are going to collaborate because ultimately it is also benefiting you. You are watching here the big picture. Okay, let's understand here the second one, working software over comprehensive documentation. Now, because you had taken understood the recipe, what you had to prepare, and while preparing that, you understand that it was told that put salt after you have got every single ingredient mixed. But what exactly happened? So you missed that and you put the salt just before that. Okay, just before garnishing it, or just before even adding some spices before that. In fact, it was told that when you put everything together, when you put everything mixed, then only you have to put this pinch of salt or something like that. Are you going to argue on that this is not the part of recipe documentation, and I'm not going to do that? Instead, you will adapt there as well. Let's not delay it. Even though we have added that, we will make sure that how we are going to meet the requirement, the same taste, right? So here you are working software. So in the software example, if software says that ultimate goal is to withdraw some money using this technology of some software of ATM, then the documentation says that we are going to make sure that when we will be releasing this software, what we are going to do, we are going to make sure that all 500 currencies or 100 currencies or 100 notes will be dispensed. And in fact, what you notice that along with 100, it is also give you the possibility to choose your denomination. Okay, so that time, are you going to fight over that? Okay, we did not have mentioned that customer will be able to choose that denomination. First, you will check whether the system or software is enabling you to dispense the money or not. So this is the first check. Okay, the second check, whatever additional thing has come, whether those were things, those were the part of the requirement or not. Okay, later you will find it out. But what should be the motto? Working software over comprehensive documentation. Documentation should not stop the release of the software. Okay, that should be the understanding. Then come back to individual and interaction over processes and tools. So here what you are processes that every time how so past and history has said that people have been seen that they are inviting their bosses inside the home party or to dinner or to meal to have meal together, so that the bigger goal is sometime to discuss the promotion in the boardroom later, right? So this is what the picture has been given by media or by cinema to the common man. Okay, but the exactly, if we are perceiving the same thing, so can we not today adapt this and tell that, hey, we instead of having food inside our backyard, today we are arranging some party, we are getting into some banquet hall because we are inviting more people, or we can say we can visit some hotel or some restaurant or something like that. You are here also adapting, you are not sticking up with the processes what the history has given you so far, right? So every time you are changing. So this Agile Manifesto talks about have a change mindset inside you ingrained. Okay, so I think I just quickly topped up on all the things what you have heard so far, and you are good with it. On this note, we have a lot to give it to you. So I see there are agile principles. So I think this should be enough. Prerna, what do you say? That digest for today. So it is like it should not be like volley of the information on them, and they have to figure out where is my shield.
Absolutely right, Gaurav. Because see, Agile Manifesto, please take your time. The reason why we have emphasized so much with a lot of non-IT examples as well as some interesting ones is because the concept has to be clear. It's like, in any maths classes, how they ensure that your tables and your basic multiplication, addition, subtraction, division has to be clear. Then you can go ahead with all that high funda mathematics integration and whatever derivation. So on that similar fashion, your Agile Manifesto's understanding has to be very well clear, without any doubts, or what they mean, what they stand for. And then as we go ahead, you will keep relating everything to them, because it is as simple as that. You have these four pillars and there's something built upon that. So if you know the four pillars very well, it is very very easy. So, it's totally understandable and very comfortable for you to digest and implement that in future. So I definitely echo with Gaurav on this, that I think we are good to end here today, as far as syllabus is concerned, because we really wish you to understand and digest. It should not be that we're just giving you too much and you're not able to gulp that down, in your system. So yes, please revisit the videos. Please read on them on internet from good, proper, authorized sites. And then as you are in that zone of understanding things, you will have more and more, clarity about the things, clarity about these manifestos, and I think you will be in a very comfortable position to discuss, or even have doubts with respect to that. So yes, so I would really like both of you to talk or to share your views, like how you feel. Are we good on this, or you need some more explanation, or you need some more time, and however, please be open.
Erna, I have a question regarding this Agile Manifesto. Like, as you
Yes,
said,
please.
like I can, yeah, okay. As you said, like this is an interview question, right? So,
It can be one of the important, interesting interview question. I said so.
okay,
Yes.
yeah, okay. So in this case, will they directly ask us, or will they give us a scenario, and will they ask us like how will you implement? Yeah.
Okay, Anila, now this is a very person to person question. It depends. If you ask me, I will not even ask this question, because I assume if a person is coming from Agile, they would know this. Or see, it depends. Knowing your background, if you've already worked in IT, see, the interviews are not like answer in 5 sentences type questions. There are many times they are scenario based, or they even ask you during the discussion. So do not get scared when I say it's an interview question. Why I say that? Because if you know these lines pretty well, the way they are mentioned, it's good to even throw in between when you're talking, like for
Okay.
example, if you're talking about something agile, or we have always, implemented agile in our earlier firm, we used to be very focused about what are the customer needs, and then the actual, what was the plan some months back. So see,
Okay.
here you even said a manifesto and you didn't even realize it because you knew it, like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
even in interviews they don't ask you too many direct questions unless you are
Yeah.
a very beginning level, or a fresher or a college pass out. But don't
Okay.
worry, when I say interview question, I just want you to know that these kind of things, it's good that if they are ready on your tongue to just
Yeah.
deliver when they ask, and even if you are conceptually fine, that is great too. Rather, that is more important than only knowing the things. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
also I want to tell over here one thing that understand. So in Agile Manifesto, two things are there for sure. That's the 4 values and 12 principles. 12 principle we are yet to see, and those are nothing but the elaboration of 4 values. Okay. Here you are looking at over here. These are the 4 items, right? So these are representing those 4 values. And while coming back to the question, kind of a question asked in the interview, yeah, definitely. If you are presenting that you are coming as a experienced holder, you have 4 years of experience or 5 years of experience, they will simply ask you the question on the project, what you have worked upon, what kind of experience you are bringing for the organization which you are being interviewed. The moment in this scanning you are found that you have really not worked on any kind of a project, or you are not able to answer that, they will go back little. They will try to check, okay, she is not talking about the project, let's ask something else, because we have to ultimately interview her. So they will go back and ask your background, and there they find something, they will go back and back and back. But there will be a time, if you are not answering the proper question related to project, you will be ended up being asked the question like, okay, do you understand even agile? Do you understand even manifesto? Do you understand? So those questions will come when, if you cannot answer few things, because that time viewer is assessing you that things are whether cooked up or uncooked up, or things are still raw. Because what is the reality? They want to understand that, and that's the reason they will keep on coming. And from here you will be different. Suddenly can be asked like that. Okay, tell me the 4 values of the Agile Manifesto. And if you are the agilist, you are following the agile, so you must be well versed with the 4 values and 12 principles. So that we encourage and recommend that you at least mug it up. And how you can mug it up? When it is backed by some understanding, it is easy to digest, and then it is easy to express later on. Do you understand what we are telling?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why we spend some time to helping you to understand it, so that when you try to even remember it, it has been backed by some understanding, and that is easy to remember.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you
Okay.
get that?
Yeah.
Did we answer you, Prerna and me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So on this note, even I'll go with Prerna, and we will have sufficient time to discuss, because we are going to discuss a lot, spend a lot of time discussing agile principles and all, and on coming days, we are going to look at it. So any another question, Anila, you have, or Varsha, you have? Varsha. Okay. Okay. So we are good so far, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Do you find that it is enough for today to digest?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, cool. So what should be the next action item? You have to go ahead and start drawing what you have learned. And what you can do, open your camera, shoot a small video, and record over there what you have drawn on the piece of paper. That time you are just explaining your understanding. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this is give you the further level of confidence that you have digested everything. Okay. And share
Yeah.
with Prerna and Gaurav. All right. So yeah, so on this note, because we have come to the end, let me ask you a wonderful question which we love to ask every single day while we are ending the session. One word from you, since I was talking to you, Anila, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
Anila, one word from today's session. What do you feel like saying?
Positivity.
Okay, positivity. Okay, call out someone's name. Alice name.
Varsha.
Varsha.
Yeah.
What do you feel like
This whole
saying? Yeah.
this whole session was very elaborative and very detailed. I wonder both of you really were focused on that one page of values. So both of us, me and Anila, maybe know how important that page is.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's
So
a
the Agile Manifesto is overall very important, and the whole session was very detailed.
okay. And you were able to
Both of
understand, right?
Yes,
Okay,
thank
that's
you
the
both
core
of you.
part. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Call out someone's name from us.
You got it.
Okay, okay. So yeah, I would just say that yeah, I love the uh, golden golden quadrant of the learning. Please follow that. I feel like saying that.
Yeah.
Prerna, over to you. Prerna,
I
you
would
are,
say,
yeah.
yes, yes, I would say super interesting and super interacting, because the topic itself was very important, but the kind of response we've received from both of you, some of the doubts or some discussions are very, very good. It shows that you are also dedicated and committed and you want to learn so well. So, yes, super interesting and super interactive. That's it from my side. Yes, Gaurav.
All right, thank you so much. So in next session, we are going to have some new people joining in. So what I'm going to do is now I'm stopping the recording. Thank you so much for showing up, and yeah, good night.